So you're looking at living in Charlottesville, but you have some things that you want to take in consideration. You really want historic, you really want public transportation, and quite honestly, you also want a lot of green space. Are you dreaming? No, you're not. Today, we are going to check out Belmont in Charlottesville, Virginia. Part of the historical area of Charlottesville. This eclectic neighborhood will give it all to you depending on what you're looking for. Everything from a $350,000 home up to a $1.6 million home. Construction from 1900 to 2024, and you don't want to miss it. Come on, let's go. So right now, I'm standing in Belmont. Belmont is a classic Charlottesville neighborhood offering a diverse range of architecture and also homes and businesses. One of Charlottesville's most vibrant and eclectic neighborhoods. It is highly sought after. So Belmont is truly original Charlottesville. It is located on the south side, south end of Charlottesville. Super convenient and easy access. Right behind me is honestly the downtown area. If I were to walk like 3 blocks, I could actually be in the downtown Charlottesville community. So that's how super easy it is. Also, super easy access to UVA, and even one of the elementary schools is located right within the neighborhood, within walking distance. Public transportation actually runs throughout many of the different streets. Restaurants that are highly sought after, such as Moss, The Local, Cville, all of those are located in downtown Belmont, which is just down there. And I'm gonna take you there on a walk. Minutes to doctors and hospitals, super easy to Route 20, 250, and 64. So this is the recently completed Belmont Bridge. And the reason I want to point it out is because you see that tent right there behind it? That's the Ting Pavilion. That's actually the downtown mall. Next close proximity, the white over here, that is actually University Hospital. So Belmont's close proximity to the booming downtown culture scene has actually led to another recent revitalization of the entire area. It offers an amazing mix of housing with corner convenience stores, coffee shops, restaurants, green space, all scattered throughout the area. So right now I'm just walking into downtown, which is funny, downtown Belmont. But truly, that's really what it is. With the grid layout and everything, it's very walkable. But we're actually passing one of my favorite restaurants. This is actually called Southern Crescent. They have an amazing patio. But the fun part about Southern Crescent is it's Cajun food. So it's quite different for the area. And I love some Cajun food. So when you come to Charlottesville to see me, make sure you make time for Southern Crescent. Here's another really popular restaurant, also one of my favorites as well. Now this is interesting. I don't know. I know it's not a beauty shop, but it sort of looks like it's part of The Local. Anyways, another reason that Belmont is just a nice, fun, eclectic collection. The Piedmont Prairie Ecosystem installation. Look at all those happy bees. Look at this. And on the backdrop, major restaurants. Goes all through here. So don't go anywhere. You're not going to want to miss what I'm about to show you. Well-defined neighborhood with a distinct layout and characterized by a mix of residential streets, commercial areas, and green spaces. The main streets are Monticello Avenue and Carlton Road. In general, Monticello Avenue is to the west, and then Carlton Road goes to the north and east. So in general, Monticello Avenue is to the west, and then Carlton Road is going to be to the north and the east. Now, what rounds that out? Well, that's actually going to be Elliott Avenue, and that is going to be to the south of the Belmont area. Pretty well defined. So with its rolling topography and setting, Belmont affords an excellent view of both the downtown and the surrounding mountains. Just driving around, I can see glimpses of Monticello, Carter's Mountain, downtown, UVA Hospital. So really, it's so centrally located. Belmont is a neighborhood that has a traditional grid layout, making navigation pretty straightforward. But streets can be narrow, and it can lead to that, okay, one car tucks over while the oncoming car comes, and then you go, and then vice versa. But they can be narrow, but they're lined with mature trees, just adding to the charm. So let's talk about, well, what are the availabilities here, Pam? Because quite honestly, if there's nothing ever available, because we know there are a couple neighborhoods where you have to give your firstborn and a kidney to be able to get in, and that just begins the bidding war. So Belmont, because it's so eclectic and mixed, right now, when I pulled it up, there are currently 7 active listings in our MLS. Now, part of that is also, if you don't have an experienced listing agent, they may not know that you are in the Belmont neighborhood, so they may not attach the Belmont tag to it. But right now, there are 7 active MLS. One we are going to go see. It is, well, I'm not going to tell you. You're going to have to stay tuned. So currently, there are 7 active MLS listings for the Belmont official area. So as for the size of it, that's pretty good. You also have the full gamut, full variety of what is available. Now, one of them I had to bring us to come see. We are not going to go inside because I did not notify the listing agent that I was going to swing by. But when I pulled it up, it seemed so cool and so perfect that if I was looking to live in Belmont, I would totally snap this up and make it my own. So I'm going to turn you around. Look at this. Is this not cool? It's an old parish neighborhood church. Come on, let's go walk around. Welcome to 808 Blenheim Avenue. Is this just not cool? Look at that. There's the neighborhood. Oh, there's the UVA Hospital. Such cute cottages. All freaking Belmont original. I love it, love it, love it. All right, it was a flourishing neighborhood parish and now can remain as a place of worship, or it could be converted to a residential property. How cool would that be? Currently listed at just under $500,000. So I get it. You're not really in, you think it's cool, but you're not really in for a renovation of a neighborhood parish church to make it a residential. But you gotta admit, that's cool. Okay, so I jumped in the car and I came to our next one. Maybe living in a church. Although you gotta admit, it's cool. Maybe doing construction, putting in bathrooms, putting up some walls and everything. Maybe that's not in your dreamed to-do list because you want to stay married and you want to be happy. Anyway, I came over here because maybe you're thinking, I would love to be in Belmont if it was turnkey and historical. I got you covered. Look at this. This beautiful home was built in 1900. This stunning home has been renovated fully and is ready for great memories with its new owners. So I was melting. I jumped back in the car, but I wanted to finish telling you about the homes that are currently available for sale and active in the Belmont neighborhood. So as we just saw, a beautiful or fully renovated 1900 home. That home is listed right around $800,000. Now there's one additional that was also built in the 1900s. It is actually for sale at 1.6 million. So if you got the cash, you got the financing, we can make living in Belmont and living in Charlottesville part of your future. But what about the other ones you're asking? Pam, I don't have $1 million to live in Belmont, even though it's cool. No problem. Remember, the church is only 500,000, but the other ones range. Remember I said that there was about 7. So we have the church and we have the built in 1900s homes that have been fully refurbished. The other 3 that are currently on the market range from a 1935 all the way up to 1998. Now, prices, they range from $385,000 all the way up to $800,000. So that is a soup to nuts full gamut. Again, your lower end is definitely going to be a smaller footprint, and it's also guaranteed probably going to need renovations and some love to be brought to it. But it was very funny because as I was showing y'all that beautiful the 1900s house, a resident who was walking stopped and we started to talk, and she said, "Oh, I am so shocked this one has not been snapped up." She said, "We even thought about buying it because we live on one of the busy street corners, and this is so quiet and just private and quaint and everything else." So people love Belmont. They are looking at moving within Belmont, not moving out of Belmont. That's why you got to give me a call. You want to make sure that you know, you want to be in the know with someone who's local and someone who works in the Charlottesville area. I've grown up here, folks, so I know all these small, intricate places. I know where we can find you the best location for your future of living in Charlottesville. So as you can see, homes here often feature very distinctive architectural styles, such as some of the styles you've seen as we have been walking around and as we're looking around now are craftsman. There's Victoria and colonial revival, and most were built in the early 20th century. Well, did you love that? Don't go anywhere. You're not going to want to miss what's coming up. Come on. The biggest thing I hear, the community feel. Strong sense of community with friendly neighbors and a mix of longtime residents and newcomers. Belmont often hosts community events and gatherings. So as I mentioned before, one of the elementary schools is smack dab in the middle of the neighborhood. So here it is. This is called Clark School. And you can see it is right smack dab. But look at this amazing green space that it then allows for the entire neighborhood. The other thing about Belmont is the diverse demographics. You will see anything and everything in this community, from long-time families that have just handed homes down from generation to generation to young professionals. You have a lot of retirees. You just have a great combination of everyone. With the diversity, it really adds to the reason so many people are attracted to Belmont. It has a lively and inclusive feel to the entire community. So also on the lifestyle and amenity, let's talk about the walkability. This is one of the huge historical areas that is original Charlottesville. So as you can see, there are sidewalks everywhere, good wide sidewalks that allow you to traverse from stores to schools to services to the downtown to pretty much anywhere. A lot of the green streak you're seeing here on the road, that is actually one of our mini bike paths. So highly walkable or bikeable restaurants, services in different areas of Belmont. It's really easy for residents to enjoy the neighborhood without needing a car. So the other big thing for amenities here is just gonna be the historic charm. I mean, truly, I can see the mountain that Monticello is next to, but I can see Carter's Mountain just strolling along through Belmont. You also have quite the diverse architectural details and just this historic feel. So I just pulled into one of the many green spaces. This is one of the larger areas. This is one of the parks. Where I am right now is called Quarry Park. Quarry, Q-U-A-R-R-Y, Quarry Park. It is a space for recreation. So you got picnic tables, you have ball fields, you have ability for outdoor activities, and it backs up again right into that Belmont neighborhood. So you can see lots and lots of space for activity. Quarry Park also is cool because it gives you access to the Rivanna Trail System. Remember, Rivanna Trail System goes all the way around the city of Charlottesville in chunks, in sections, so you can do one chunk at a time, right off or out of Quarry Park. It's just down the street from Quarry Park. Rivanna Trail System provides opportunities for hiking and nature walks, and that is all in Charlottesville. Well, all around the outside of Charlottesville, but officially in Charlottesville. All right, come on, back into the air conditioning. Okay, so one of the questions I often get asked is, what about rentals? Y'all know I don't do rentals. They're not set up that you need me. Now, I'm happy to give you feedback and everything else, but I don't do rentals. I don't have anything that you don't have access to. Well, I might have some in the MLS. Anyways, no matter what, give me a call. We'll discuss it and I can share some of my resources. But are there rentals in Belmont? Yes, and as I was driving by, I passed this one, and it is for rent. I do not know how much this rental is, but it's very cute. It is just down the street. The next block is Belmont Park. So how awesome is that? Cute little yellow door, beautiful landscaping. What do rentals normally run? It looks like it has a full fenced backyard. What do rentals normally run in the Belmont neighborhood? Honestly, just like everywhere else, it's going to depend on how big and how much, square footage, location, all of that. In general, I see the rentals in Belmont going for between $1,700 and $4,000. I don't think I've ever seen more than $4,000, and the $4,000 was for a fully renovated, very large 1900s home. So there you go. Rentals are available in Belmont. So another really great part of Belmont, besides the variety of houses, the variety of rentals, the variety of green spaces, you also actually have a really nice mix of shops and services, variety of small shops, boutiques, different services, and that adds to the charm of Belmont. And finally, public transportation. Hello. Again, if you don't own a car, or if you don't want to own a car, or if you don't like driving, Belmont might be a really great option for you, because the public transportation system served by the city of Charlottesville, so the Charlottesville's public transportation system, it's served really, really well. Almost on every street we have driven down, I've seen at least one or two bus stops. The other thing is obviously electric bikes, because there are a ton of bike paths, and again, very, very walkable. So you don't have to drive. How cool is that?
Well, there you have it.
dynamic and engaging lifestyle in a historic section neighborhood of Charlottesville, Virginia, Belmont. It goes from the eclectic, energetic, goes from the built in the 1900s up to 2024. And if this is a good fit for you, between modern conveniences and beautiful green space and our cicada friends chirping away in the background, I would love to chat with you. Give me a call, drop me a text, shoot me an email, and let's talk about and see if living in Charlottesville is for you. If you've enjoyed any part of this video, I really would appreciate a thumbs up. It is really hard to make, shall we just say, a fool of myself as I'm out here talking and walking and touring with you, and everybody's looking at me like, oh, she's one of the special people. So I would love to know that you're enjoying it. Anyways, until next time, if there is anything that you have to suggest, a topic, a neighborhood, questions, drop a comment below. I am happy to receive them, and I try to read all of them. Anyway, until next time, let's talk about living in Charlottesville.